Now Jake Bates on for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Buccaneers will tie things up at 7-7 here in the opening quarter. So back to level after the touchdown. Time for the kickoff. This one taken at the 7. Now an opening past the 30. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there.
The Panthers take over first and 10 at the Buccaneers' 47-yard line.
Ready? Steal. Flat. 43 rails. Set. Ready. Ready.
Now the first carry for Chuba Hubbard. And the D closes quickly. He stopped after a gain of a yard. The big defensive lineman, Vita Vea, on the stop.
Second and 8 at the 45-yard line.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's second and 8.
Green Jack. Ready. Black. 95. Cut.
Little play action with Young. And they're going to get to him and take him down. Take him back to the other side of midfield. Kalijah Kancey gets him for a loss of 7. And now it's third down. Panthers football to begin this second quarter, as they've got it with a tough 3rd and 15 in front of them.
Madden. Let's go now. Claws right. Slide slip. 10 black. Black shot.
From the gun, it's Young. He tries to get that one down the field, but it is incomplete.
Solid rep there for this corner, Mike. I mean, to stay disciplined with his technique throughout the entire play. So often we see when the ball's put in the air, the defender can panic and they either get a pass interference or they misplay the ball. This time he times it perfectly and forces the incompletion.
On fourth down, on comes Ryan Fitzgerald for the Carolina field goal. This is wildly ambitious. A 69-yard attempt. That one's on target, and it is good from the other side of midfield. One of the longest field goals in NFL history. So now, after the field goal, Fitzgerald is back out there to send this one away. This will be returned from the 6. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. First down, here's Irvin. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line. 12 yards on the game. That's good for a quick first down. So, first and 10 here now at the 38.
Come on, come on.
They'll look to throw. That's caught. It's Bucky Irvin. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield. It'll be a pickup of 10. Good for a Buccaneers first down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the first down. Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
His receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. The tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line. His first catch of the wild card game, and good for a first down.
Here we go, here we go. Hot 70, hot 70. Ready.
Back to throw. Left side, he's got a bootleg. And he'll get about 3 as he's forced out of bounds.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, they didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
Left side to Godwin. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown.
And he will get into the end zone. Bucky Irving. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Touchdown, Buccaneers.
And that was just a great drive, really from start to finish, Mike. You could see the play caller just really finding his rhythm, mix in run, mix in pass. Results in the touchdown pass, but really everything they did, the entire possession worked to perfection. And you can sustain the drives like that and come away with touchdowns. Man, that goes a long way towards establishing your identity for the rest of this game.
Bates now for the extra point. The kick is good, but there are penalty flags down. They might have made contact with the kicker too late. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. And he's got it at the 1. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30.
Ready, break. Let's go. Ready.
Get this drive started on the ground. It's Hubbard. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Set, ready.
Throwing on second down, Young. That's taken it. It's Xavier Leggett. And it will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
26 yards.
It's a gain there of 26 yards. They'll come up here, first and 10.
43 rail. Down. 60 red. Ready.
It's a zone read given to Hubbard. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
Ready.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12.
Let's go.
Here's Young. this one intercepted. It is picked off by the rookie safety. And the Buccaneers will take over possession here at the 44.
If you're going to run this route against quarters coverage, Mike, you have to do a better job of running the route flatter. The quarterback is going to trust that you are going to uncover right when that guy comes out of his break, but he rounds the route just a little too much and ends up being a costly mistake.
They go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10.
Reno!
A give. This is Irving. The ball comes out. The Packers have it.
So the biggest thing that stands out here, Mike, is the fact that the defense continues to pursue to the ball. Every defense focuses on get as many hats to the ball carrier as possible, because if the guy in front of you, he misses the tackle.
And remember now, all turnovers must be reviewed by replay. So this one is going to need a little closer look. Two minutes to go here till halftime. Back with more NFC playoff action after this. 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. It's a gain of 12 there. It's a 1st down for Tampa Bay.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off. They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Hawk 70. Let's go.
And they're going to get to him and take him down, take him back to the other side of midfield.
And it looked like that zone coverage had his head a little bit spinning there, Mike. I'm not sure he got a real clear picture of what the defense was giving him, and as a result, he holds the ball a little bit longer than he would have liked, and the defense is able to get home.
19, 18, Rattler, 18, Rattler. Check smash, check smash.
Throwing now on 3rd and long. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for 3rd down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
This is going to pin him back. It's out of bounds inside the 10.
At their own 8-yard line.
Red, cycle. Set, red, green, jack. 52 blue. Ready?
On 1st down is Young. There's a short one caught by Sanders.
Hurry, hurry.
Here comes 2nd and 4.
Sanders. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 14-yard line.
Young. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And will get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a 1st down.
And first down was huge for this offense. Now they can take a deep breath. Focus on trying to put a late scoring drive together before we hit the halftime break.
Set to go now on 1st and 10.
Let's go. Steel, sticky, green. Smash, red, black, ultra. Set.
To throw is Young. He'll let this one rip, looking for Watson. And that ball led him too far, maybe too wide. Out of bounds, incomplete. Christian Watson, the intended receiver. And it'll be 2nd down.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm.
And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
Got to get it to the 30. Here comes 3rd down.
Ready.
Here's Young. Open man, right side. He's got it. And now a timeout. 7 seconds left in this first half.
Okay, ready?
So, from the 36, it is 1st and 10.
The 36-yard line.
Blue, struck, black, red, yellow. Blaster, stick.
Out of the shotgun. Young. Get this down. That's Hubbard out of the backfield.
Let's go. Back.
So we reach the intermission in what has been an entertaining one to this point. Back with the second half in just a moment. Who survives? Whose season continues on to next week? One half to decide it. Time for the 3rd quarter of the NFC wildcard game. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
Ready, ready. Hey, go Fury. Let's go now. Set.
This drive begins with a run by Hubbard. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. Terrific starter there. Gain of 15 and a 1st down.
Well, really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up 1st downs without having to get to 3rd down? You see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
On 1st down, it's right back to Hubbard. This time the sledding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
It's a loss of a yard.
We spent so much time, Mike, talking about these defensive backs and their ability in pass coverage, but when you also have a defensive back that can make plays in the run game, especially behind the line of scrimmage, man, those guys are just so hard to find. That was a heck of a job here by this guy.
2nd and 11.
Go steal. Here we go. Set. Ready.
They'll go again with Hubbard. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line.
For that play to work, Mike, you have to distort the defensive line at the point of attack. And what that means is the offensive lineman, you need one of them to win their block. Move the defender out of his gap. Because when you do, you can see there is a nice run lane for the back to hit.
43.
On 1st and 10, here's Young. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away. And that'll set up 2nd down.
They just have to be more creative with their route concepts, Mike. I mean, there's nobody open, nowhere to go with the ball, and quarterback's just forced to throw that one away.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Yellow, 22. Hut, hut.
So they try to throw a little bit of a curveball. We see him throw it to this guy a lot. Now, in this case, they hand it to him, thinking they can catch the defense off guard and generate a big play. And let's give a lot of credit to the defense. They were ready for it, they were prepared for it, and they held it to a modest game.
Here comes 3rd and 6.
Smash, smash. Set. Hut, hut.
To throw is Young. Throw on the run is complete. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Panthers are back within a point. It's 14-13. So now, after the field goal, Fitzgerald is back out there to send this one away. And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in that landing zone, the ball only comes out to the 20-yard line. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go. Check 60 by.
Here's Irving. And he's trying to get around the corner, but will not. Brought down. That's a loss on the play.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
Here we go, set. Crack all 80. Let's go.
He'll drop to throw. He's got the connection there to Ibuka. And we mark out up at the 34-yard line. 15 yards through the air. Good for a Buccaneers first down.
At the 34-yard line.
Let's go. Panthers 6.
Out of the gun, he'll throw. Gets this one into the hands of his receiver, Godwin. He'll be out of bounds. Decent pickup of 5 on first down.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
Going down the middle of the field, and he's got his tight end. And he'll be marked down at the 15-yard line. It is a big play for the Buccaneers. Pick up of 46 yards.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
He's got his big tight end. Touchdown, Tampa. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line.
Got it. Check, smash. Let's check.
Young hands it to Hubbard. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to no gain.
Black, 90, red, yellow. Set.
A second down throw for Young. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
Black shot. Set. Ready.
On play action, Young exiting the pocket right. Back to the sideline and intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead. He'll run with Irving. He'll push forward for about a yard. From his interior spot, that's Derek Brown on the tap. Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 9.
70. Let's go now.
They'll look to throw. That one is caught by Ibuka. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 25-yard line. They get 15 on that game. It's a first down for Tampa Bay.
Ready. Ready.
On the ground, it's Irving. He'll get this ahead for about 3. J.C. Horn coming in from his cornerback spot to make the tackle.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Panthers' 21-yard
From the 21, here's 2nd and 7.
Ready. Hey, 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal.
Now they'll set up to throw. Forced out wide, and he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. Didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up third down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Panther 60. Panther 60. Let's go.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. He's got his man right side. It's complete. And he is out of bounds at the 2-yard line. About 19 yards on that one. They're in business. It's 1st and goal. So 1 quarter remains in this NFC wild card matchup. This is the NFL playoffs on EA Sports.
On the ready.
An opportunity for what could be a game-sealing touchdown right here. First down and goal.
Go check. Go check. 70 Timberwolves. Cougar 19. Ready,
Irving. And this one ruined quickly. Take him back to the 5-yard line.
At this stage in the 4th quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
Third. Right there,
Receiver in motion, headed left.
Let's go.
The shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. Flush. He's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
Quarterback is sacked. A loss of 13 yards. It's 3rd down and goal.
This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down.
Panther 60 Vikings. Dragon 60.
To throw. This is caught 2. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Chris Godwin. Touchdown Buccaneers. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. Now return coming from the 7. Oh, he's got room past the 30.
The Panthers take over first and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
Now a first and 10 from the 38-yard line. From the gun, it's Young. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up second down.
Second and 10.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
He is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up third down.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
Smash, red, blaster, stick, red, cycle. Blue striker, fury, yellow, set,
Now Young. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up fourth down.
Trouble 38. Slide blue. Spike white. Ready?
They'll go. Young. And that's going to be incomplete. They had to take that chance. Trailing here in the fourth. They will turn it over on down.
So this offense, they think this is a prime opportunity to go for it through the air on fourth down. But this defense was having none of it. Nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball. No easy completions. And this defense forces a huge stop on fourth down.
That one thrown behind his target, and it'll be incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
A handoff as they try to run it here. The Panthers will take their first timeout, and he'll get this ahead. Gain of about 4, and it leads to third down.
Let's go now.
He'll look to throw. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. And the Panthers are going to recover the football.
Mike, we hear that term run after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's kind of a middle phase. There's the catch, but before it turns into a run, you have to secure the ball as a ball carrier, right?
Oh, no chance there. Under a heavy rush, he goes down. Yaya Diaby getting in there to drop him. It'll be a loss of 7 to start this drive. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long.
Green jack, trail green. Here we go, here we go. Yellow, ready?
To throw, Young. He's going to take a shot down the field. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. A big play and a much-needed one as well. And even 30 yards.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
10 cycles. Ready.
Young to throw on 1st and 10. Open man downfield is Lee. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
Striker, 3-3. Smash, red. Black Ultra, claws, red. Blaster, thick, blue striker. Ready.
Young to throw on 1st down. Moving to his right. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. And the Buccaneers come away with the turnover.
That was a great play by the defense, Mike. He got a little sloppy with ball security as he leaves the pocket. They're able to knock it loose and put an end to this drive.
Roll, roll, roll. Set up. Steady.
They'll run it. It's Irvin. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
So these situations, Mike, are always very tricky for a play caller. Of course you want to keep the clock moving. You're just trying to run the game out and maintain this lead, but you also don't want to become overly predictable. So with the defense just selling out to stop the run, I think they have to mix in a few high completion percentage passes to just at least keep them off balance.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. That one down the field, but it is incomplete. Emeka Ibuka, the intended receiver. 3rd down coming up.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike. And I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
And that is incomplete.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. They'll come up for 1st and 10.
Set, field, black. Black, cut.
Out of the shotgun, Young. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up 2nd down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, like, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. Pressure certainly impacted the quarterback there. Couldn't get his arm all the way through. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
So this is where it gets really challenging as an offense. You find yourself trailing late in the game. The defense can play you one-dimensional. They know it's a pass-first situation, so extra defensive backs, the zones and the coverage are a little bit tighter and cloudier, and he's having a hard time finding any open windows downfield.
He's got his man. That's Leggett. And they bring him down there, but it is inside the 10. It is going to be 1st and goal.
Ultra, ultra. Down. Red, 38. Needle, blue. Fuse, yellow. Blaster, 6. Smash, red.
They'll drop to throw. And he'll take it on in. Touchdown, Carolina. And now it's a 9-point game, so they'll go for just 1 here. The kick here is good, so they are back within a possession. That gets it down to an 8-point game. Following the touchdown, it is Fitzgerald to send this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll come across the 20 and taken down at the 21-yard line. Trying to start on the ground, and he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
Running back looked a little unsure of himself on that carry there, Mike. You have to think back to that fumble earlier in the game. How much is that still weighing on his mind? He didn't really seem to attack that hole like we've seen in the past. He gets stopped for no gain.
They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. Now a timeout for Carolina. That's going to be their 2nd. Clock stops with 1:06 to go in this one. 3rd and 7.
Here we go, here we go. 70s, get my wolf.
Throwing now from the gun. Out to his right. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield. The Panthers are going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with just under a minute to go in this football game. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. So a win here for the visiting Bucks as they are moving on. They got into the playoffs as a wild card. They get the win away from home in the opening round. Now they'll regroup and get ready for the divisional round next weekend. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com.